There's a couple incidents that have gone on in the United States in the last couple of months. A lot of people are upset, rightfully so. One of the key reasons is that our police force in America, the government officials, they occupy the land more so than a part of the land. Although they come from society, the same people, the teachers, and lawyers and doctors and businessmen come from the society. Our government officials come from there as well. When a government official is tasked to do a job, a lot of times it comes down to statistics, nothing but stats. And when they see individuals in the street, they see those individuals as stats. So if you are walking down the street and you walk in the middle of the street, now you've caused the government official to come upon you, and he sees that it's an easy stat, write a citation. If you're in a situation where it calls for an arrest, you get arrested. You're not a human being anymore. You're now a stat, just a number. And that's one of the biggest problems, along with the fact that most American citizens do not know the rules that govern them. And this book right here, Constitutional Law, I bought this book for $15 on eBay somewhere. It was used, but the information in it is more valuable than anything I bought on eBay ever, especially in this day and age. I hear people talking about shooting back at the police. That's the worst thing we can do. If you know your rights, not the rights that you learned in kindergarten, not the rights that you keep your hands to yourself and I keep my hands to myself, I stay in this side, you stay on that side. Not those rules, not stay in your lane rules, but the real laws that govern this country. The mere fact that people are upset that the young man was shot and he was unarmed. The police, government officials, can shoot you if you're unarmed. Two people get into a fight and one person has a gun. Zimmerman in the state of Florida had the right to shoot Martin. It is unbelievable to most people who live and go to school and they think they're learned and they understand fair play. Life is not fair. We need to learn the laws. We need to learn when they apply to us, when we're out of bounds or violating a law. When the police are violating a law, the government officials. People are very surprised and shocked that there was no indictment. That's like the governor recusing himself. That's like the prosecutor recusing himself. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. The government is an entity just like you and I. We live in this country under the governmental laws. Those people are human, but they get power. And we have to understand the levels of their power. If you don't understand the level of their power, you're going to continue. We, as a people, are going to continue to get into situations that we can't win. You're not going to get an indictment. You got a prosecutor that gives the information that he wants to give in order to make the case that he wants. It's almost like Pontius Pilate in biblical terms, where he would wash his hands of deciding Jesus' fate. I don't see why people are upset, because the citizens, whether it's biased or not, with the correct demographics of a jury, it doesn't matter. They decided not to, in both Missouri as well as New York, two diverse and somewhat opposite places in the world, they decided not to indict. But yet, everyone, if you read this book, you will understand that the prosecutor in both cases still had the right to indict, but they both chose not to. Government officials, once we start eroding the government and showing that the government is doing things underhandedly, the government starts to decay. So they have to keep that face. They have to keep that strong presence that this government will stand without the individuals, which is not the case. Here in this country, republic, democracy, whichever way you want to call it, the people, we the people need to understand this book. Thanks for listening.